everybody, I hope you guys are doing awesome today. The past few videos, what we've been doing is learning about solo aspects, different patterns, different shapes, different ways to play solos. But today what I'm going to do is bridge those gaps even more by showing you guys something that I think a lot of people are missing when they start soloing, or maybe they've been soloing for a long time and they just start playing random notes because they don't know either what they're doing or they don't know where to go. So today what I'm going to do is show you something that is going to be a light bulb moment for a lot of you, I promise. It's going to be the concepts of creating a lead line hook or a motif. Basically what we're going to do is create a really cool line on the guitar when we're playing over this backing track I created. But what we're going to do is use this to make and craft a solo. I'm going to give you kind of my ideas of where I'm coming from whenever I think of this, and then I'm also going to show you kind of the concepts I create whenever I'm doing this. So it's really going to be something that's going to help you, just instead of playing noodling all the time, it's going to give you a sense of direction. So we're going to create this lead line hook, and then we're going to show you guys how to build on that. Let's get started on this and have fun. My name is Shane. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys the chord progression. It's actually in two sections. So this is all in the key of C because this is more about soloing and creating a cool hook. Let's just go over the chord progression super quick. First chord is going to be, these are mostly triads that I'm showing you. This is going to be C, and then it goes to an F, and then A minor, and then G. So the first part is a 1, 4, 6, 5. So that goes around twice in the progression, and then it changes to a bridge part or a second section. So what we're doing here is essentially we are wanting to craft a cool solo. So the first thing I think about is what key it's in, and then from there I start building my solo. The easiest thing to do in the key of C, we're going to take, because that's the C chord or a triad, we're going to use the relative minor. The relative minor is A minor. The A minor is the 6th chord. If you guys don't understand that, there's a lesson I did on relative minor. You can check it out up in the card. But essentially what we're going to use is the A minor pentatonic shape. So something like this. We're also going to use first position. We're going to use this position, which is 5th position. We'll use some of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions too. Over the first chord, C, I want to make an opening line that sounds cool. So what I do, if you guys look at the C chord right here, I'm going to target this note right here. This is G, because G is in the chord of C. So what I want to do is target it. So here's my opening line. That hits right over the C chord. And then it switches to the F. I'm going to play this. So I'm starting here. This is on the 3rd fret on the B string. I'm hitting the 5, sliding to here. I let it breathe, and then I'm going to hit here. So I'm just hitting these two notes, A and then C, because C is the key, right? So we're targeting that. So that's the first little piece, and then I would do and then I'm going to hit the 9 right here. This is the 9th note. And then resolve it back here to G. So all together it would be something like this. So that would be my hook, my repeating pattern that I'm always going to come back to. Alright, so I got some really exciting news coming up. Here in a couple weeks, I'm going to be releasing something that'll be really cool. I think it's going to be very helpful. A lot of people have asked for it. It's going to be a way to provide my backing tracks, provide full lessons, provide extra solo examples, provide extra insight, a lot of cool extra PDF content, things that a lot of people have been asking for since I first started this channel. I'm working on that, so stay tuned. That's coming up hopefully here in the next week or two. Okay, so once you've got this piece down, what we're going to do is then build on it. So we've got, this is all over the first section, so then we could do the same thing. Okay, so that's just different notes that I'm playing after I've played my lead line hook. You could also do So, as you can hear, I'm targeting those notes as I'm playing them. So creating this melodic solo is all about doing that. It's just super important. Okay, so to expand on this concept of motifs and repeating patterns, what we're trying to do is create a line that's memorable, that people might even hum in their head, or they might even get a hold of and really enjoy. So what we're trying to do is, when we first start our solo, we're going to make this really cool melodic line, and then as the solo progresses, we're going to go back to it several times, and that creates a sense of connection and creates a really cool sounding solo instead of just a bunch of random notes. Then when we come back to this part, we're like, oh yeah, I remember that, I heard that, that sounds great. Okay, so this whole next part is over the B section. D minor, A, and then G. You can also play it up here. Okay, so the reason I created this B section is because it goes to the 2 minor, and a 2 minor chord is not typical in a progression unless you're going somewhere. Since we've been staying in our progression, our current progression, we go to the 2 minor chord, it really changes and it gives the listener like, oh, we're going somewhere different, where are we going? So what we're going to do is build a cool solo piece on this second section. Okay, so on the B section, I'm sliding in right here, so I'm going. And then I'm also bending up. So I'm doing. Resolving there. A trick that I'm also doing that I'll show you guys in the backing track is I'm adding the flat 6 right here, or the 9. And then I'm coming up here. Adding those pieces together works really well. So after you get done with the B section, then you would go back to the A section, and then to really top it off, you're going to play that. It's real important that you come back to that hook lead line part after you get done with the B section down here, because that's what really ties the solo together and makes it sound really good. Alright, so I hope what I'm teaching you guys today is kind of sinking in about my thought process of where I'm coming from when I'm building a solo, how I'm playing it, what I'm using, the tools that I'm using and I'm thinking. I hope that really helps, because when I started, people are like, just play solo, and I'm like, what do you play? I have no clue what to play. I'm completely lost. So when you have the tools and you start developing your ear, you really start figuring out a sense of where you can play and what you can play. Alright, so that's it for this lesson. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it, and how to create a melodic solo, how to create your solos, and how to not play random notes. So the next time you play, whenever you know the key, don't just start shredding and playing crazy notes all over the place and noodling. Really take the time to think it out in your head and come up with a cool pattern so you can make a memorable lead line and a hook. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.